insurance company. Follow News 1226 on Instagram to see what's trending in your area.
Closed captioning for this newscast brought to you by Hearing Associates of South Carolina.
From the station that's on your side, this is News 12, first at 4.
Day 4 now of crew searching for 2 men missing up at Clarks Hill Lake. We're looking into conditions below the surface as divers continue their effort. And the North Augusta community coming together to show support for an officer fighting for his life. We're going to take you there live. But first, President Joe Biden is set to deliver his first joint address to Congress tonight. Our Washington News Bureau reporter Alana Austin talks about what lawmakers from the 2 states are hoping to hear.
Tonight, newly elected Senator Jon Ossoff hopes to hear more details from President Joe Biden on infrastructure. Ossoff proposes a reform package include more federal dollars to remove lead pipes from Georgia public schools and in classrooms around the country.
When we send our kids to school, we should be able to trust that they're getting safe, clean drinking water at school.
Republican Congresswoman Nancy Mace, who is also new to Capitol Hill, says her district and other coastal communities could benefit from a strong investment in roads, bridges, and highways. But she's concerned Democrats are using this opportunity to tack on unrelated spending.
We were promised that it would be bipartisan, and so far it's anything but.
The federal government approved trillions of dollars in emergency funds to help the country move past COVID-19. But lawmakers are concerned how Americans will pay that back.
And we're hearing about the Biden administration talking about the highest tax hike in American history. I cannot imagine a worse idea in the middle of a pandemic.
House Majority Whip Jim Clyburn says when the Republicans had control of Washington, they cut the corporate tax rate far too much. So now he favors a modest tax increase for businesses and a tax hike for those making $400,000 a year or more.
Everybody wants clean water. Everybody wants good roads and bridges. You don't pay for those things by clipping coupons out the Sunday papers. You got to pay for them.
President Biden is set to speak at 9 o'clock. You can watch here on News 12 and NBC 26. The speech falls just before Biden's 100th day in office. Senator Tim Scott will give the Republicans rebuttal after the address. Here at home, it's now day 4 in the search for the 2 men missing at Clarks Hill Lake. Now the GBI is involved in the investigation. Best friends Edward Kirk Jr. and Ian Wilson went missing on Sunday. Crews are having a hard time searching the lake where it goes up to about 180 feet deep. A helicopter was spotted over the area, but it's not clear if that was part of the search or not. Coming up in the next half hour, we're going to hear from a diver about what conditions are like under the water and what the issues they're facing. Today, the community is showing support for a North Augusta police officer and his family. Sergeant Andy Cook is currently fighting for his life after an unexpected illness. Happening right now, local businesses are helping in that fight. Here's a live look at the Your Pie on Georgia Avenue. They're raising money for Sergeant Cook and his recovery, along with other local businesses. They've been open since 11 o'clock this morning, and North Augusta Public Safety also out today supporting their brother in blue. Cook is a lifelong North Augustan and has been with the Public Safety Department since 2000. Today I went out to Your Pie, and within just minutes of opening, the line was already to the door. Owner Sean Haven says it's amazing to see this kind of outpour.
We extend the hours, all day, so they can benefit the most from this, and it's the outpouring support already here at lunch is miraculous and well deserved for Sergeant Cook.
If you want to go and support or make a cash donation, Your Pie is open until 10 o'clock tonight. Coming up on News 12 at 6 o'clock, we'll hear from other businesses who are fundraising for Sergeant Cook. Well, Riley, today, I was outside for quite a bit, and it was just a beautiful day. A little hot, but other than that, sunny skies.
Definitely above average for us this afternoon, but yeah, fantastic weather again for us. A great way to start off our Wednesday. A little bit more moisture in the atmosphere, allowing for some fair weather cumulus clouds to develop, but no rain in our forecast, at least for the next couple of days. 83 on the thermometer here in Augusta, so once again, a little bit above average for us. Most of us are sitting at least into the mid to low 80s. Up at the lake, just a little bit cooler there, where they're currently at 77 degrees. A very warm evening up ahead. We're not expecting temperatures to really get out of the 80s and 70s through midnight tonight. Late tonight into early tomorrow morning, we're going to see our low temperatures eventually bottom out to the low 60s. So a mild night and a nice start early tomorrow morning. Have a look at some even hotter temperatures tomorrow in just a little bit.
Officials are now saying a structure fire in Jefferson County was arson. This 100-year-old wood frame house is now a total loss. The fire happened overnight Friday on 5th Street in Louisville, Georgia. The Louisville Fire Department and Jefferson County Sheriff's Office are investigating the case. If you know anything, you're urged to call the number on your screen. It is an anonymous hotline, and it's available 24/7. An Evans man is dead after he was thrown from a golf cart on a residential street. The Columbia County coroner says 47-year-old Alan Raining was driving on Creek Drive a few blocks from William Few Parkway. It happened last night just after 10 o'clock. An incident report says the car rolled over while Raining was trying to make a U-turn. Deputies say he was apparently driving at a high speed when the car flipped. First at 4, 3 people are dead after a single-engine plane crashed outside of Jacksonville today. It happened around 9 this morning. The FAA says all of the people on board died. Florida Highway Patrol say the crash happened in a wooded area roughly 30 miles outside the city. Police confirming a Navy sailor killed in a shooting in San Diego was from South Carolina. Cornelius Brown was active duty and stationed at Naval Base Coronado when he was shot multiple times in his apartment in La Mesa, California. Witnesses told police Brown was shot answering the door. A spokesman from the Navy says Brown joined in 2018 and was an officer 3rd class on the U.S. Abraham Lincoln. Police in California released body cam footage showing officers pinning a Latino man for more than 5 minutes during an arrest last week where he later died. It happened in Alameda, just outside of San Francisco. Police say Mario Gonzalez had a medical emergency after officers tried to handcuff him, but his family argues he was killed by the officers' excessive force.
I get in shock because the police department, Alameda Police Department, they're lying to me. They say my son, he fighting with the officer. I say, no, come on. You guys made a mistake. My son never going to fight with nobody.
Gonzalez leaves behind a 4-year-old son and a 22-year-old brother with autism who he took care of. An open carry bill hits a roadblock in South Carolina State Senate. The Open Carry with Training Act would allow anyone with a concealed weapons permit to carry a handgun with them out in the open. It passed the House 73-26 just last month. Senators ran out of time yesterday to vote on the bill. Now they have 8 days before the regular session ends. Researchers found no signs of a COVID outbreak in an experiment in Barcelona. 5,000 people packed into a concert wearing masks, but there was no social distancing. Only 6 people tested positive. Everyone had to wear a mask and test negative for COVID before they could even attend the event. Spectators call it a small price for freedom. In the UK, they're doing their own studies on indoor and outdoor events. Soccer fans across the pond seem very happy about a return to large events.
It's really exciting, and just seeing people stood around again, it's quite a relaxed atmosphere.
Other European countries like Germany and the Netherlands are also experimenting with concerts and festivals to see if mask and testing can keep people safe. This comes as the CDC relaxed mask recommendations outdoors for Americans who are fully vaccinated. Uber and Walgreens are partnering up to help you schedule your vaccine appointment through the rideshare app. The announcement made just today, and the feature was unveiled too. Now you can sign up to get your COVID shot at your local Walgreens at the same time you schedule your Uber to take you there. Another partnership in the vaccine effort, AU Health and Golden Harvest held a vaccine clinic today, vaccinating volunteers as well as people coming to pick up food from the Master's Table Soup Kitchen. Golden Harvest says it was an important collaboration to reach out to our most vulnerable population.
We really see this as step one in a lot of ways that we can collaborate in making sure that we're reaching those who are most vulnerable in our community and giving them the opportunity and the education about what the vaccine can mean for them.
Organizers say 20 people were vaccinated today who might not have gotten the vaccine otherwise.
Well, it is another beautiful day out there for us, and we are expecting nice weather at least through Thursday. Here's our front for Friday. We'll take a look at those rain chances next.
Can't bring love right now.
Police in Colorado appear to be caught on camera laughing at the arrest of a 73-year-old woman with dementia. An attorney for the woman says officers were watching body cam video of the arrest while her client sat in a holding cell. Liz Gilardi has the video, which could be disturbing to some viewers.
Do you need to be arrested right now? No. Okay. Let's stop. Come on.
I'm going home.
An arrest captured on body camera. 73-year-old Karen Garner pushed to the ground 3 times. Now we're seeing that video in a completely different way through the reaction of the officers that arrested her. Newly released video shows officers watching that body camera video. At several points during this hour-long clip, they laughed. Fist bump and joke about the incident. A lawsuit filed against the Loveland Police Department alleged Garner had multiple injuries, including a dislocated shoulder and fractured arm. In the video, officers seemed to acknowledge she was hurt. Garner's attorney says her client was in custody for several hours before she received any medical attention.
What's going on at this police department for somebody to act like this? What's wrong with their culture? You have to see it to believe it, right? And when you do see it, you know, I'll tell you, I very much suspected this is what it was going on.
Loveland Police could not provide any further comment. When we interviewed the chief earlier this month, he said he just found out about the incident when the lawsuit was filed.
Had not had that information of the serious bodily injury allegations until yesterday.
He promised a thorough investigation. The district attorney and Fort Collins police are looking into it.
Leave no stone unturned. It's very important to do that. Public trust and law enforcement have to go together. Anytime that fractures, that is a situation that is disappointing.
A situation that started when Garner, who has dementia, tried walking out of a Walmart with $14 worth of merchandise. The woman's attorney says an engineer enhanced the audio from the booking room to make it easier to hear. She also says the conversation happened while the woman was sitting just a few feet away. Well, to weather now as we take a look over downtown Augusta. Riley, pretty blue skies, and look at those clouds. Looks nice out there.
Yeah, it is another gorgeous afternoon for us. Just a few fair weather cumulus clouds. We had a few more cloud cover out there earlier today, but seeing some sunshine, and it is warming up for us. South winds return, and that's bringing us above average temperatures again this afternoon. Here's a look at this front that is actually producing some flash flood warnings across Oklahoma, Missouri, and even portions of northwestern Arkansas. Now, this is going to be the front that heads our way by Friday, but rain chances are actually looking much lower, folks. Not expecting a whole lot of rain when that front moves through by Friday. Let's take a look at it. So for the rest of this evening, we're staying pretty warm. Even through around sunset, we're still holding close to 80 degrees. Late tonight into tomorrow morning, we'll be dropping down into the mid-60s. We'll hold on to a few mid to high-level clouds through the rest of tonight and again on Thursday. Now, Thursday afternoon is anticipated to be somewhat breezy. We'll see these southwest winds between 10 to 15 miles an hour. That'll help warm up those high temperatures back at least into the mid-80s, and possibly can't even rule out a few spots getting close to 90 degrees tomorrow afternoon. Staying dry Thursday, and then here's the front that heads our way for Friday. So this is early Friday morning, just after midnight, and we're expecting this just wave of showers to kind of lose its just impact and punch as it makes its way towards us. We're going to hold on to the cloud cover into Friday morning. That's going to keep those temps fairly warm again. And then as this front moves through Friday, just not expected to really generate too much shower activity for us. So generally dry on Friday. That is a decent change from the forecast from what we've been talking about the last couple of days. Now, northwest winds will be pumping between 10 to 15 miles an hour behind this front on Friday, but we should actually be able to see some sunshine, and those temperatures don't look bad either, back at least into the mid-80s again on Friday. So can't rule out necessarily an isolated shower Friday, but rain chances do look much lower for us. And the weekend does look mostly dry as well, so decent weather in the forecast the next 5 days. By the time we get to early next week, we are expecting a better chance to see some rain once again. But a beautiful afternoon over Aiken County, looking at that fair weather cumulus cloud cover out there. So seeing some pretty good thermals, just heating up that surface and allowing some clouds to form. 82 degrees currently in Aiken, so warm there as well. And most of us are sitting at least into the mid-80s. Lows tonight will be staying in the 60s for us, a fairly mild start early tomorrow morning, and another picture-perfect day to get some yard work done. We're expecting those temps early tomorrow morning be in the 60s and 70s, increase into the mid to upper 80s later into the afternoon. And remember, later into the day, those winds will be picking up out of the southwest between 10 to 15. Now, highs tomorrow, once again, I think a good shot that most of us see at least mid to upper 80s, but potentially not ruling out 90-degree weather in some spots by tomorrow afternoon. We're going to get close out there tomorrow. And then on Friday, 87. It's not until this weekend we do see a little drop in those high temperatures. By Saturday, more seasonal for us, close to 80, and then back above average by Sunday. And into early next week, possibly getting close to 90 once again. So beautiful weather out there the next several days. That rain chance for our Friday does look much lower. Can't rule out maybe a few sprinkles for some of us, but generally dry conditions, at least through the weekend. Heading into early next week, those rain chances do go back up, and temperatures will as well.
Thanks, Riley. We're learning more about how the Tokyo Olympics will work amid the global pandemic. Organizers say the athletes will be within a bubble similar to what we saw with the NBA and other sports. But in that bubble, life will be as if there's no virus at all. But outside, the number of Japanese spectators will be limited, and there will be no international fans at all. Still ahead, Mother's Day is coming up, and are you ready? If you're trying to break out of the mold, we've got some different gadgets for Mom. That's just in 2 minutes.
I'm at East Robinson Avenue in Grovetown.
If you've been hurt in a car accident, time is critical. You've got car repairs, legal deadlines, and medical treatment that can't wait. I'm attorney Austin Jackson, your guy in Augusta. We're in the heart of downtown and able to respond quickly to your needs. The sooner you call us, the better we can help you, because memories fade, evidence gets lost, and photos can't be retaken. You only get one chance. Let us help you make things right. Call Austin Jackson, the Augusta guy, 706-724-2661.
The deadline for graduating seniors to apply for student loans is less than 2 months away. But is debt worth a degree?
$1,250 a month. It's a rent, that's a mortgage.
An I-Team investigation Thursday on News 12 at 6 o'clock.
How about the prices? All right, take a live look over the gateway to Grovetown. We are looking at some sunshine, but a few fair weather cumulus clouds building in this afternoon. Very warm day. We're up to 83 degrees here in Augusta, but that's not even the warmest spot. Some of us actually get into 85, 86 degrees today. Those winds have been out of the south, generally between 5 to 10. A nice evening. Those temps going to stay pretty warm for us. Should stay in the 70s and 60s at least through midnight, and then as we head towards tomorrow morning, most likely going to stay only into the mid to low 60s for those low temperatures. It's going to be getting a little bit breezy the next couple of days. We're expecting those winds on Thursday to be going between 10 to 15, and then same thing again on Friday before they do calm down a little bit on Saturday. Now, if you have any morning bike run plans, we're expecting those temps to be fairly nice tomorrow morning, waking up in the mid to low 60s and then already hitting the 70s by around 9, 10 o'clock tomorrow. And we'll likely see a few clouds throughout the day tomorrow, but staying dry, a perfect day to hit the Augusta Canal on Thursday. Where it is going to be another warm afternoon. We're expecting temps to be hitting mid to upper 80s tomorrow. And remember, those winds tomorrow out of the southwest could be breezy at times, anywhere from around 10 to 15. But those rain chances on Friday do look lower for us, not necessarily ruling out an isolated sprinkle for some of us Friday, but generally dry conditions, at least through the weekend. Some nice weather in store for us. So that front moves through Friday. It'll drop our temps a little bit on Saturday. Those highs will stay in the upper 70s, then a little bit warmer by Sunday.
Riley, thanks so much. We're going to have more news and weather after a quick break. Don't go anywhere. First at 4 continues shortly. Stick with us.
Everyone's talking